I'd like to call the regular meeting of City Council for Monday, November 24th, 2025 to order. The City of Dawson Creek acknowledges that we are privileged to live and work on Treaty 8 territory in the traditional home of the Cree, Danaze, Saulteaux, Sicanee, and Slavey First Nations. We value the Métis peoples that live and gather here, and we commit to upholding the respectful relationships these nations have built with the land, and we acknowledge our responsibility to carry that forward today and into the future. First order of business is delegations. 2.1, we have David Johnston, Service Delivery Advisor with the Community Living BC, and Taylor Mills, Executive Director, South Peace Art Society, in attendance regarding the proclamation to declare December 3rd, 2025 as International Day of Persons with Disabilities in Dawson Creek. So good morning, David and Taylor. And I know you guys have a bit of a presentation first, so if you push your button there, I will, just one sec. There you go. The floor is all yours. Good morning.
Okay, good morning. My name is David Johnson, and I am a Service Delivery Advisor for Community Living BC. Today, I am here to talk about International Day of Persons with Disabilities, which falls on December 3rd. To start off, I would like to chat about who is Community Living BC. Community Living British Columbia is a Crown corporation that was created in 2005 by grassroots movement of survivors, family service providers, and other community and government partners who call for choice and change for people with developmental disabilities. For the last 20 years, CLBC has continued to work alongside individuals and families served by CLBC service providers, community, and government partners to build inclusive communities and person-centered support for adults with developmental disabilities. To bring awareness to people living with diverse needs, we are organizing a day of events that is accessible to all individuals and their families on International Day of Persons with Disabilities. We chose to run these events on this particular day because it is important to highlight the diverse community and be the voice for advocacy in our region. Having accessible events allows people to come together and facilitate an important, engaging, and fun community program. Important conversations surrounding accessible programs for people living with disabilities. While engaging in fun community programs, this event is meant to show the benefit of including all individuals regardless of their unique needs. This year, we have collaborated with a few different community members to highlight this day, and we have the following events set up. There will be a sensory-friendly read aloud at the library. The Literacy Society will be doing a story walk in the park, which will be for the entire week. Pride Society will be doing an event as well. Details will be posted soon on our social media. We took the free para hockey session with the City of Dawson Creek dates and times because that didn't work out, and they're going to do something later in the summer with kids, I guess, from what Taylor tells me. Yeah. What? In December sometime. The Art Gallery will be doing a fun guide paint session with the winter theme location will be at the Art Gallery. Yoga with Alina Yo at KPAC on the December 3rd. And all these events will be happening December 3rd all through the day. KPAC will be lighting up their facility in purple in support of this event. To help bring more awareness to our community, I'm here to talk today to ask the city proclaim December 3rd as International Day of Persons with Disabilities in Dawson Creek. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. I'll just see if council has any questions before we get to the proclamation. Any questions? No?
And I would like to invite the council to come on that day during the whole day to come to these events whatever times there will be. I don't know the times yet, but I know it's going to be they'll be happening all day in December 3rd, I guess.
Okay, perfect. Once you have the details on all that,
Yeah.
you can send it to us. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much. But I'll maybe get you now to come up here, and then we can do the proclamation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, for sure you can, yeah. Did you want to come up here too, or do you want to get a picture? Yeah, okay. Perfect. So whereas International Day of Persons with Disability is celebrated annually on December 3rd across the world and has been promoted by the United Nations since 1992. And whereas International Day of Persons with Disabilities celebrates the value of diversity, supports education about disabilities, creates optimism, and initiatives accessibility actions. And whereas the City of Dawson Creek is committed to improving accessibility by removing and preventing barriers to a more inclusive province for all. And whereas the City of Dawson Creek supports creating an inclusive society where all individuals can positively participate with equitable opportunities in barrier-free communities. Whereas International Day of Persons with Disability recognizes the accomplishments of people with disabilities, celebrates accessibility and diversity in British Columbia, and highlights the importance of becoming a more inclusive province for all. Now therefore, I, Darcy Dover, Mayor of the City of Dawson Creek, do hereby proclaim December 3rd, 2025 as International Day of Persons and Disabilities in the City of Dawson Creek, and encourage all citizens to join me in supporting inclusive development and innovation for a fair and accessible community. So I think, David, I really appreciate our relationship over the last 3 years, and I can speak for all of council. I know you've been a huge advocate for disabilities, but also just for our community. And you know, you talk about all these events that are on December 3rd, and all the events that I've had the pleasure to attend with you, that you've been a big part of bringing to our community. So I just want to thank you from all of us for your commitment and what you do to bring awareness, and we definitely are with you on it, and we're here to support you and help, and I appreciate the education you've given me. So yeah, so thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh.
Yeah.
I like the shirt. So.
Thank you.
I'll just sign this, David. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Yeah. Thank you. Rob, David.
All right. Next order of business is 2.2. We have Ryan MacIvor, General Manager of Community Services, Chelsea Mottishaw, Tourism Emergency and Climate Readiness Manager, City of Dawson Creek, and Kim Buchan, Chair, Host, Organizing Committee, in attendance regarding the proclamation to declare November 30th to December 6th, 2025 as Paracup Week in Dawson Creek. So welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm just coming right up.
Yeah. Give you a hug. Morning, Kim.
Good morning.
You're the poster holder?
Right?
Oh, do you want to?
Take a hug. Sure. You're handing out hugs. We'll take that.
There you go. I hope nobody got that on video, me hugging Ryan.
Okay.
We're okay. It's going to be on
We have
replay.
leverage now.
Yeah, uh-oh.
Instant replay.
All right. So whereas the 2025 Paracup brings together para-athletes from across the world to our region to showcase their skill, resilience, and sportsmanship through high-level competition. And whereas the Paracup represents the power of inclusion, accessibility, and the celebration of athletic excellence for all abilities. And whereas the City of Dawson Creek proudly supports opportunities that promote diversity, unity, and community spirit through sport. And whereas such events as the Paracup inspire young people, strengthen local pride, and highlight the importance of removing barriers so that everyone may participate fully in recreation and sport. And whereas the athletes, coaches, volunteers, and organizers of the Paracup demonstrate the values of perseverance, teamwork, and fair play that uplift and unite our community. Now therefore, I, Darcy Dover, Mayor of the City of Dawson Creek, do hereby proclaim November 30th to December 6, 2025 as Paracup Week in the City of Dawson Creek, and encourage all citizens to join in celebrating para-athletes, attending events, and honoring their achievements, dedication, and the spirit of sport. So, yeah, I mean, a great start. We get, David in here to talk about, disability and what he's done and that organization has done around the community, and then we get to really the privilege and honor to host an event like this. You know, I had the opportunity to meet Tyler, the captain for Team Canada, and got to hear his story at a few schools, and you know, it is just inspirational, and we're really looking forward as a community and a council to hosting all those teams here, because we know it's a lot more than just sport, what they offer and what they've been through. Yeah, so we're grateful for that, and you know, honored to have that in our community. But you know, for the three of you and the team that helps put this together, we want to thank you as well. We know that this there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff to make this happen. So we appreciate the effort that you do and above and beyond your duties. You know, and Kim, for you to step up and be chair, and you know, your committee and board members and all the volunteers that are needed to you know, to make sure this is successful. Just a huge thank you, and you know, we're grateful, and I know Ryan and the team is very grateful that you've stepped up and helped out, and I know it's been a lot of work today, but we yeah, it doesn't go unnoticed, and we appreciate it, because this is about this is more than what Paracup is, and I think it says in here when you talk about disabilities, but then you talk about youth. Like we've seen this, you know, one of our first events as a council was a Hockey Canada event, and to see what it does for our youth, it makes it all worthwhile, and that's really what it becomes about. So yeah, just thank you to the whole team, and we're super excited about it. It starts on Sunday, and yeah, we're really looking forward to it. So yeah. Did you just want to add some stuff? I do have a mic here.
Yeah. Do I have to use the mic?
Yeah, just for those that are listening online. And wait a minute, oh yeah, there's battery. So yes, you're in luck. So
Yeah, and I guess for us, kind of tomorrow is go time, because the Hockey Canada people start to arrive tomorrow with us. So, but we're so appreciative and so grateful for all our volunteers who have stepped up for us. We have quite a great crew that I think are going to be phenomenal and do a great job for our city in this event. And want to thank all of our sponsors and supporters, and because we couldn't do it without them. So please come and join us. It's going to be an event you don't want to miss.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Kim. Nope. No, all right.
What?
All right, and did you want Tukes
No.
and everybody up here for this one, or do you
It's
want
up to, I don't know.
the council want to order Tukes and come up for this picture, or come up? Yeah, sure, put your Tukes on. Oh, did you? Oh! I just wanted to see Councillor Parslow.
Yeah.
Tuke and,
Have to exhibit some seasoned.
guess I should.
Sorry, I didn't cut your tags off. Just wear the tag.
I removed my tag.
I have so many already, I just get you one.
It's fine.
I'm good. Brian won't have one.
I don't want to wrap my hair.
That's fair.
Right?
We're in the same boat, we don't want to lose anymore,
Okay.
right?
There's the clown show.
In?
We're in. Here, pull that corner a little bit. Make it less. There
I
we
gave
go.
it away already, because I have 12 at home. So, to David.
15 minutes and gave it away.
He didn't want to wreck his hair.
Awesome. Thank you.
Kim, congratulations. Thank you.
Yeah. We'll see you lots the next couple.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
We're filling your calendar.
We will.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I see emails and calendar being full, so.
Thank you.
Chelsea.
Drive my as well. There you go.
Thank you, guys.
All right, next order of business is 2.3. We have Audrey Isaak, resident of Dawson Creek, in attendance regarding proclamation to declare December 2025 as Christian Heritage Month in Dawson Creek. So, good morning, Audrey, and welcome. Good morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Whereas Christian Heritage Month is a time to celebrate and honor the rich history and traditions of Christianity. Whereas the Christian Heritage Month provides an opportunity for Canadians of all backgrounds to recognize and appreciate the positive impact of Christianity on our shared history. Whereas Christianity is a faith shared by people across continents, races, and languages, and promotes the values of love, service, and compassion. And whereas the month of December is traditionally associated with gift giving and the gathering of family, friends, and people of all faiths. Now therefore, I, Darcy Dober, Mayor of the City of Dawson Creek, do hereby proclaim December 2025 as Christian Heritage Month in the City of Dawson Creek and encourage all citizens to join me in this observance. So, yeah, I want to thank you for, for reaching out to us about this, but it's, it's an honor for us to do this as a proclamation. And, reading through this, you talk about a couple things like, love, service, and compassion, and, and all of those make our world a better place. And there's a lot of challenges that we face in the world, so it's just, a great thing. And then you talk about, December is traditionally associated with gift giving and gathering, but it's it's really about family, friends, and people being together and community. So yeah, we're grateful that we're able to do this, and just want to thank you for coming in. So yeah, you're welcome. Was there anything that you wanted to add? So that's turned on there. There you go.
I'd just like to thank you, Mayor and Council, for officially recognizing the integral ways that Christianity is played in the fabric of our country and our communities. I wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, perfect. Well, thank you very much. I'll just stand here. All right, there we
Thank you
go.
so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Picture, yeah, we'll do a picture, or yeah, whatever you prefer.
I was going to shake your hand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hopefully you're fine with hugs. They just came right in.
You're becoming bumskin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, next order of business is 2.4. We have Taylor Mills, Executive Director of South Peace Art Society, and Wayne LaRiviere, lead painter with the Ravelli Building Mural in attendance regarding mural update and project extension request. So, good morning, Wayne and Taylor. There you go. The floor is all yours, and welcome.
Hey, thank you. I have to move this down because I'm a soft speaker. So yes, my name is Taylor, and I am here with Wayne LaRiviere. He is our lead artist, mentor, and designer for this year's mural. And we're here to talk today about the mural on the Ravelli building for 2025. So I like to always touch base on a little bit about the society. We're very proud to continue to be a cornerstone for arts and culture in the Peace Country. Our whole purpose is to create a place where everyone, regardless of walk of life, where you're from, any community, to come and create, share, and develop together and support one another. We want everyone to come together, and we always want the gallery to be a hub for creativity. We are very dedicated to fostering a lifelong relationship with the arts and building artistic literacy within our community, and we offer our 4 core programs to help ensure that we are constantly doing that. And those are through our curated exhibitions, our artisan gift shop, youth education, and our framing department. And that is all brought together by the lovely staff at the gallery, which is Kit, Paige, Amanda, Gwen, and Georgina. They're quite lovely, so if you haven't met every one of them, please come down. They'll love to chat with you. But it's from these programs that we ensure that we keep building that relationship with the arts. Another program that's not highlighted here is our public art program, and that's kind of where the mural project falls under, and we are here to talk about that a little bit today. So this year, the Dawson Creek Art Gallery, along with some talented artists, finished our 4th successful year of transforming downtown with some beautiful murals. So this is the one that we recently did. This year we had a featured artist, Paige Fritsche, who did some extraordinary work. Her large-scale murals added depth, color, and storytelling to the downtown of Dawson Creek. And we were also pleased to welcome back an apprentice, April Cornish, for her 3rd summer, and she's continuing to grow her contributions to the program. These 4 murals that you see downtown feature what's called pathways. They highlight the iconic South Peace landmarks through all 4 seasons, so spring on the Dawson Trail, the bright summer canola fields, the fall colors on the Kiskatna Bridge, and the winter landscape of Bear Mountain. Together, these scenes create a connection and a visual narrative that reflects the spirit of the region. I also want to mention this year also held a special significance with the contributions of the late Sam Yamarenko, who suddenly passed away this fall. He crafted the custom wood signage for the 4 Ravelli building murals, and they were made from reclaimed barn wood from Rolla, adding that heritage and connection to the local towns around the region here. And it remains a heartfelt part of the project. They aren't in these photos, unfortunately, but if you have a chance to go down, they're quite beautiful. They're up now, and they really add quite a beautiful touch to the murals. So now a little bit about the artists. We had 2 main artists this year. So this year we had Wayne LaRiviere. Wayne is a Métis Cree descent artist who is known for his multidisciplinary approach to art. With a deep connection to his Indigenous roots, Wayne has collaborated with some of Canada's leading Aboriginal theatres, artists, and actors, further enriching the cultural landscape through his work. Wayne's artwork is a celebration of both his heritage and the natural world, creating pieces that evoke a sense of storytelling and cultural pride. We were very honored to have him this year in our leadership role. He is an artist and a designer of these murals, and he helped guide these artists through the whole process. So we were very very grateful for Wayne. Next, we had Paige Fritsche. She was our lead artist this year, and she painted the 4 murals under the guidance of Wayne. Paige was born in 1988 and is a local Dawson Creek artist. She currently manages the framing department at the art gallery, and from a very young age, she's always been part of the arts and has had a huge influence on her life. She first pursued her art education here at Northern Lights College in 2007, and then furthered her education at ACAD in Calgary, Alberta in 2008. Since then, Paige has been very active in the art community, becoming a member of the Federation of Canadian Artists Peace River chapter, showing her work in galleries throughout the Peace region. Acrylic paint is her medium of choice, and she loves spending time in nature and sharing her passion for art with others, which can be seen through her guided workshops at the gallery, and sometimes she offers them at other locations for private parties as well. Nature and dreams and the dynamic landscape of the Peace region are her main influences for her work. So if you haven't seen her work before, you can see them on the murals, or you can come down to the gallery. We have some very beautiful pieces of hers up right now. The artist did a lot of work, but this project would not be possible without the City of Dawson Creek, so I do want to extend a heartfelt thank you. It's through your generosity and your consistent support and patience with me as I navigate this role to get this project going and continuing to beautify the downtown of Dawson Creek. And we're hoping to continue this work in the future, and we are very grateful for all that you've done for us with this. And now to our release and extension request. For this year's funding, we are requesting the release of the remaining allocated funds for 2024 as that mural is finally finished. But in addition to that, we are asking for an extension for the 2025 mural that was planned for the Aubert building. There's a few factors at work here that are causing the delay. While I was able to speak verbally on the phone with the owner, they're not located in town, and they did ask me for written confirmation back and forth before beginning. However, I did send an email or two to this individual, and I still haven't gotten that written approval, and I think that would be best before moving forward, just so that we have everything in place. And also, some artists had brought to my attention that there might be some safety considerations to consider on the building that need to be addressed. There's a bit of, I don't know what it's called, but they're worried about possible mold on it, and they want that to be kind of checked before we move forward. So I do need to speak with the owners to have them look at that before we move forward with it, just to protect the artists working on those murals. So given those factors, I respectfully ask that we move the Aubert mural to the end of our agreement. I don't think this is going to be something that happens overnight, and with my communications being limited with the owner, I feel that given moving it to the end of the mural project would give a lot of time for me just to get those organized, and then we can move forward with knowledge that we're safe and responsible with this project. And that is everything from me. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your presentation, Taylor, and thank you, Wayne, for coming as well. So I'll open it up to council first for questions here. Anybody? Councillor McDonald?
Well, thank you, Worship. So you mentioned moving the Aubert project to the end, which makes a lot of sense to me. Safety first, absolutely. Do you have another project that would move up then?
So we are a little bit behind. So for the 2025, we finished the Ravelli, and then we would just move forward with the 2026 mural that's already set in stone to come up. Instead of doing 2 murals, I was just asking to extend it. So we'll still continue as planned, just with the 2025 being moved.
So what's your 2026 mural then?
I believe it was Ironheads. I have to double check that one. And I think there is a new mural coming up in 2027 as well that I would like to meet and discuss, because that still has to be planned for
Excellent.
us. Yeah.
Well, great work. They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Kind of sad there's no Highland cows and any of this work, but
I'll let her know.
thank you.
Thanks, Councillor McDonald. Councillor Apollonio?
Yeah. Just to say thank you, Taylor, and of course, Mr. LaRiviere, for the amazing work. And of course, thank you very much for stepping up for this position. I know it's not an easy job to do the executive director and the art gallery or the Southeast Art. And of course, thank you very much for, like we are talking a while ago, like the accessibility. I would like to commend like the project that you had done in the art gallery for the accessibility thing. So at least people could now come there, anybody like walks of life, like from people with challenges, and of course the people that going around like tourists. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Apollonio. Any other discussion? No? All right. I just, I mean, I want to just thank you again for the presentation, but thank you for the artwork and, yeah, just how much it beautifies our downtown. It's amazing. And, thank you, Wayne. I know you spend a lot of time down there and also developing artists and working with them. So we appreciate it, and it doesn't go unnoticed. And, yeah, I did, I also wanted to just apologize about Sam. I'm sorry to hear about that. And then I did have a question. I was a business owner downtown approached me a while ago about wanting to do a mural on their building in remembrance of Remembrance Day. So is that something that I would just connect them to the art gallery to get on future plans? Or I think it's something they might even have some of their own funding for it, but what would be your suggestions on something like that? Or as people approach you, or if people come to us, what we would do?
Yeah, I think that would be good so that I could develop a relationship with them. Typically, when someone comes forward with a mural that they want to do downtown, I usually will have to connect with Ryan and his team, and then we would collaborate, as this is kind of the City of Dawson Creek and the gallery working together. But I would love to meet the individual so I can build that relationship, see what they're looking for, and then with Ryan and his team build the call out.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. I will connect the two of you then for sure. So,
thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And I think your asks are pretty clear, so we will deal with that later. So, so thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Both. Yeah, you bet. Have a nice day.
You too.
Thank you. All right, next order of business, we have Murray Pratt, President, Reid Leer, Event Manager, and Walter Fritsche, Vice President of the Dawson Creek and District Exhibition Association in attendance regarding the 2025 Dawson Creek Exhibition report and presentation. So, good morning to the three of you. Walter, do you want a chair to move up, or are you?
Reid's down outside.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay. Just gonna push the button there in the middle there, Murray. Yep, you're back. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, yeah.
Mayor, Council, and City staff. We're the delegation for the Dawson Creek Exhibition for our annual report to Council. And Reid will lead off with our presentation. Walter and myself will try and help with any questions.
All right. Can you hear me? Good.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect, Reid.
All right, so I just put together a little bit of a slideshow. I'm just going to go through it, and then Walter and Murray can answer any questions you might have. So here's our board of directors from 2025. I'll just quickly go through it. So we had Murray Pratt, our president, Walter Fritsche, our vice president, Clayton Moore was our second vice president, Kathy Ackles was our secretary, treasurer, and heavy horse director, so she was quite busy. Debbie Jonikite was our director at large, as well as our horticulture director. Connie Patterson was our past president and cattle director. Shante Eldon was a director on our board. She took care of hospitality. Jennifer Remfort was our light horse director. Her mom, Claire Park, was our junior light horse director. Carl Gutjeff took care of our grounds. Linda Norden took care of home arts and handicrafts. Stephanie Buchert took care of 4-H. Lauren Stromquist was on the rodeo committee. Dwayne Polovich was on the chuck wagon infield committee. Dan Schleppe was our second cattle director, and Tom Krantz was our auction mart director. So looking at our net revenue from ticket sales was about $442, $349.89. This is a little different from a number we're going to go over later, just because this included some after event billing. So it's a little bit more than what you're going to see on a few slides down, but it just has a reason there. So we again were on the WPCA GMC tour. We paid the WPCA a total of $169. I can't read that from here. I'm too blind. $169,000, not including the Dash for Cash money. We have signed a 3-year agreement with them, so that will increase to $179,000 in 2026 and $189,000 in 2027, and then including the Dash for Cash monies. We had the All-Pro wagons. They brought the chariots to the 2025 show. The cost for this was $26,000 plus $3,000 in Dash monies. Pro Tour Rodeo. So we were again a stop on the Canadian Pro Tour Rodeo. It was SMS Equipment this year. They're no longer sponsoring, so we're going to go back to calling it the Canadian Pro Tour Rodeo for now. So to be on this tour, you must feature a prize money of $8,000 per major event, which there's 7. We also feature the breakaway roping, so that adds another event. We paid a total of $97,565.07 to CPRA for fees and prize money. We featured stock from the Dwayne Kessler Championship Rodeo Company, making our stop one of the best on the tour. And then the timed event stock comes from the local Moore Ranch Rodeo and Cattle Co. So it's great we like to support local when we can. So for 2025, we'll look at our sponsorships. So we took in cash of $278,441.22. In kind was $365,980. It's a bit of an increase from last year. The in kind, a lot of the increase is due to the barn we built. So you'll see about $100,000 increase there. So that increased from last year, and that's about the only thing that did increase. So looking at our hosting spaces, the hosting tent holds 300 guests. It was booked for 4 of 5 nights, $31,000 in rental fees. Infield suites, we had 11. They hold about 15 people each. They were sold out completely, so $66,300 in rental fees for that. And then we built the new corporate suite, holds about 30 to 40 people, and it was rented for 3 of the 5 nights. We are expecting that to sell out in 2026, so we made $11,500 in rental fees there. Liquor sales. So the watering hole is the bread and butter of the event. So we definitely saw sales in the watering hole were actually up a little bit, even though attendance was down. The grandstand, we saw a big drop in numbers overall, especially in liquor sales. You'll see it's a $20,000 decrease there. And then the hosting tent and the infield suites, made more due in large part to extending the hours on Saturday night in the hosting tent. We made a little bit more money. And we finally got to partner with Post and Row. So we were approached by Clay and Talon. They wanted to create a custom beer for us. We went ahead with plans, and they created a can using art by Clayton Moore, who's actually on our board of directors. He's a Canadian champion steer wrestler, and he is local to the area. So Talon brewed up the exhibition lager for us. We sold it in the grandstand, infield suites, and hosting tent, and it was completely sold out by Saturday, so we'll definitely look at our numbers for 2026. They also brought in their food truck, staff to work the Wild Horse Saloon, provided us with sponsorship money, so we're really looking forward to continuing this partnership with them. Great local business. On to other events. So we rented out the grounds for a number of different things this year. We had hosted 3 bull sales in the cow barn, and I think we have 3 or 4 booked for next year. Hosted a few achievement days and sales in the cow barn for the 4-H group. We had a few renters for riding lessons, roping nights, etc. in the cow barn. We hosted 2 high school rodeos on the grounds. We hosted a wedding this year. I think we have one on the books for next year as well. And then we hosted a corporate event. We hosted Birch Cliff's 25th anniversary in July at the grounds. Building projects. The barn. So here's a couple pictures of us putting the roof on. That was a windy day. So it's partially complete. The Northern Lights College has been hard at work. They should be finishing it up this winter. We did get some funding from the Northern Development Trust. We're waiting on the initial $40,000 as we requested. The grant was for $200,000, but it's a percentage, so we probably won't see all that money. And we just wanted to thank the City of Dawson Creek for their partnership on that barn build. Meetings and conventions. So we attended the Canadian Finals Rodeo. Thursday was a day full of meetings with CPRA and other rodeos from across Western Canada. We attended the Heart of Rodeo reception as well as a reception in honor of Terry Cook. It was a great week of networking and rodeo, and we were also named a finalist in the Rodeo of the Year award. It ultimately went to the Williams Lake Stampede, but we were honored to be in the finals. Walter attended the WPCA Awards banquet with his wife. They met with WPCA, discussed our 2025 event, and everybody was happy with how it went. And then the BC Fairs Learning Exchange in Victoria. Shantae and Kathy traveled to Victoria for the Learning Exchange. We provided BC Fairs with a $2,500 donation to help them with operational costs. Shantae and Kathy had a great week. They wrote about a 10-page report for me to review, and Kathy is now on the board of directors for BC Fairs. So it's great to have a connection to the south. And looking at the 5-year trends, this is actually 6 years, just I added in before COVID, but you'll see that over the years our expenses have continued to skyrocket. Revenue kind of sits about the same. It's been on a bit of a decline since the 100th in 2022. So the numbers from this year are unofficial. They just the way the accountants do things, and we post things and then it all comes together. But so you'll see we took our expenses down substantially, and our revenue went up. So, and then our ticket sales are about the same as last year. So that's where you see that difference from the first slide there. This was just straight off show pass, so nothing that was billed out, but so we have been on a downtrend. We're hoping the revenue was up this year, so we're hoping to continue that and keep our expenses down. Looking forward to 2026. We're always looking for entertainment ideas, theme ideas for the agriculture fair, and how do we get attendance back up? Because we definitely noticed a decrease in the stands this year, but Saturday was good, but the rest of the days were down a bit in sales, so. That's all I have.
Thank you. Did you want?
Thank you, Reid. Walter? We're in the hot seat now if anybody needs.
Just before I open up to questions, I just want to thank you, Reid, for the presentation and putting that together. There was a lot of great information on there that, it's just nice to see all the things that you've done. And I know that the organization is doing a lot, and it's a huge part of our community. But it's just nice to see that and to have it detailed, because you learn something from it. So thank you. But yeah, I will open up to council. Councillor Earl.
Thank you, Your Worship, and thank you to our delegation for the report. I'd echo the sentiment. That's amazing to see. In particular, the, I guess you call them synergies, although I hate the word, with local organizations like NLC and Post and Row. I think, that really reinforces the exactly what you'd want to see with events is it kind of grows organically and to the benefit of other businesses. And I'd commend you guys on the kind of entrepreneurship you're demonstrating in reaching out and working with people, and also building out your amenities like the corporate suite and as a way of securing more revenue. And it with respect to the challenge you guys are facing, it's not it's something we're seeing a lot of, both at ourselves locally and the government. Costs keep going up, but people's entertainment dollars, when things get tight or things slow down, are usually the first to go or first to get cut. And then we're just all seeing more competition, right? We're all competing with 15-second videos on Facebook for people's entertainment. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the same value, but it takes up their time and their focus. So, I think there's a lot of opportunity for us as a city to engage and ensure that we're all on the same page with respect to helping promote your event. I'm not sure, do you guys, when you do assess, I guess if people are paying with credit card, it'd be easier, but where people are coming from and where that drop off is it from people coming in from out of town, or is it local people? Like, I know, sorry, I'm just trying to.
I think what we've come to realize, it looks like, is the families don't have the money to come, and what we once saw that they would attend for 2 or 3 days, maybe only are coming for one now.
Yeah.
That's evident in the grandstand or the main public venues. All of our corporate side, the suites, the bars, were as good or better than previous years. So that's a shift a little bit in the economy.
Yeah.
After attending the other meetings we've been to, most other places are in the same problem. Williams Lake, all across Alberta, they're all seeing the same thing, a bit of a slide in attendance. So we're not special by any means. It's going to be a challenge for the whole country, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Thank you for that insight. Like I said, I was just wondering because it seems like people make it in from out of town for at least a day or two towards the weekend. But yeah, how do you stretch that out?
We do actually have pretty good tracking with this now, with our show pass and our gate administration and that too. So. It's easier now for us to look back and see where we need to go and focus on the things that are going to make our income statement look better and put on a better show.
Cool. Well, thank you. I'll turn it over to the rest of council to continue, but thank you guys once again.
Thanks, Councillor Earl. Councillor Parslow.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions, but I must say the presentation is the best I've experienced with these annual reports. So congratulations. I was pleased to see that your revenue exceeded your expenses for 2025, Murray. Because I was concerned about previous 2 years, right? So what did you cut? How did you manage to achieve this very positive position you're in for 2025?
Well, we did, with the whole new board of directors this year, we took it as a challenge and we cut 20% from our budget because we expected a downturn, and also we started out with a debt to repay, and we did do better. We haven't got all our debt paid back yet, but we're on the right path, I think, moving forward. And we actually upped our income and our sponsorship because we were under the wire and we had to get out and pound the streets a little harder than normal.
Yeah. Well, I like seeing that sort of 2025 experience for sure. Yeah. A question around the building, the barn building. Can you talk a little bit more about the situation with NDIT? I'm a little confused. I'm very familiar with NDIT operations, so What was the grant you asked for, and how does the 40,000 figure into that?
Well, what happened is they will match your spend, typically, is what happened. And then with the new NDIT format, they actually only will cover 40% of the total. And that's where, I mean, they come to a maximum of 200,000, but if we don't spend that, then we're not going to receive the whole 200. So it'll be based on a 40%.
You know, one has to be very careful with the NDIT that you don't do any work before they give approval, because they'll only approve.
So that's one other factor that we did run into, because we
Yeah.
did get started before May 1st,
Yeah.
so that we weren't allowed to submit anything before that. So
No.
yeah,
That causes some problems for people.
that's right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Parslow. Councillor McDonald?
Thank you, Worship. You did mention it, but I was just going to commend you all for a healthy cut to your expenses. It's not an easy thing to do, but you managed to cut, like you said, almost $400,000 from your expenses there. So I commend you guys for that. It's not easy. And I just wanted to also join my voice in saying thank you for this report. This report is very good. There was a ton of information there. Many things we didn't know about the costs of the exhibition. So thanks so very much for that. And then my last thing was, you just had your AGM. Did you manage to fill all your board positions again? Did you have a good return?
yes, the AGM was last Wednesday, and the same executive has been put back in place, acclimated.
Excellent.
So we're in the same group for the next year for sure.
Wonderful. Congratulations, guys. Well done.
Thanks, Councillor McDonald. Oh.
Yeah, I would just like to actually thank the City of Dawson Creek for your continued partnership and whatnot. But this one goes out to, I was asked to commend your grounds crew. This goes to the city. I know we try to do the best inside, but you talked about out-of-town people and coming in to whatnot. So when they come down to the fairgrounds, the soccer fields, the ditches, everything are immaculate. And I know you had your summer students on the whippersnippers, and it's hot and it's gross and miserable. And I watched them do that ditch all the way around the grounds on the outside and even on the other side. So I commend the city's crews on that. I was asked by a unanimous person in with the WPCA to commend the aesthetics, the visual appeal of the grounds when they pull in. You know, we do the inside, and you guys do a phenomenal job on the outside. So that goes to more to yards and maintenance and whatnot. But again, thank you as the newer guy on the committee here. Appreciate it, what we do. So.
Thanks for sharing that, Walter.
Just one other note too, that sometimes we get focused on our main event, Fall Fair in August, but it is important to know that grounds is being used every weekend. Like I said, there's stuff that we've had going on, bull sales and 4-H shows and junior rodeos and high school rodeos. So it is a very active place if you ever get time to come for a look and see what goes on.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I think that was one thing I got from this is I didn't, you always think like, because the rodeo week, it's such a huge event for our community and region that we're grateful for that, but it's nice to see all those other things that you're doing outside, which I didn't know about, so appreciate that. Yeah, I wanted to, thank you as well and really just congratulate the board. I know I've had a few conversations with you over the year, Murray, and, obviously you guys have come a long way this year, which you've presented, so just congratulations on that movement, but also just on the event down there too. I have been involved. I've been down there for years of my life, but just in this role the last 3 years, just with the tent event, like I spend almost every evening down there, and the positive comments that I got this year from almost everybody, and it was like 10, 15 a night on how, just how professional was down there, the look of it, the decoration, the new tent, the pavement, just the whole event. It really makes you proud to be part of it and to witness it, really. So I just wanted to pass that on to you and the board too, because it was, it was the most feedback that I've ever heard, and in a real positive way. So just good job, and we're just grateful. I mean, that event in specific is, it's a staple for this region, right? And it brings a lot of people together, and it showcases community from, right from the parade. Like it was the highest attended parade this year as well. So it's just, for us as a council, it's about how do we build community, and how do you build it, and you build it right from the roots, and it's just proven, and like it's showing there, right? Like it's just the community spirit, the pride, and I know you said, Murray, that the volunteer and the in-kind has been at a new level, and it just shows, right, what happens when you bring community together. So just really appreciate what the board does and their whole team down there. I know there's a lot of hours that get put into that, and I don't know if you got much sleep that week, but it's appreciated to everybody, that the whole list.
We do have 22 directors on the board too, so it's a big fill.
Yeah, exactly. And it, as you showed in here, like it takes that whole team to execute this, plus more, right? So we appreciate it, and it's we're just pretty grateful for this community and for your board. So just a huge thank you and a congratulations to your team there, Murray. So
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You bet. Yeah, thank you. Right, let's vary the agenda. Go to 2025 strategic priority chart. There's no updates today. Was there any?
No, Your Worship. Just we're having some internet issues, and they do need to reset it. So whenever you're wanting to, we could take a break, and they can do a reset, and hopefully get that back up and running so it can be streamed.
All right, I'll take a break. 24th, back to order. Next order of business is late items. I don't think there's any late items. Next, new councillor business, 5.1. We have a memo from Councillor McDonald regarding authorization to engage with the Peace River Regional District, RBAC regional meeting on Cenotaph project funding. Councillor McDonald?
Thank you, Worship. Sorry, I'm just trying to get down to it here. Sorry.
That's all right.
Wrong spot.
Oh, it's all right.
My Wi-Fi's good. I'm just... Sorry, I'd like to move that the council authorize that Councillor McDonald, myself, as council liaison to the Cenotaph Committee, to attend a future Peace River Regional District Rural Budgets Administration Committee meeting, accompanied by committee members as required, to present the Cenotaph Revitalization Project and request consideration of regional grant funding support in the amount of $50,000.
I have a second. Councillor Kemp. Discussion.
So just the purpose of going out there and asking for financial support is we do believe that the Cenotaph is a regional project. We want to bring in as much information as we can from our outlying agricultural communities, whether it's Rolla, Tom's Lake, Eris, or Ross, as Mr. Browder always corrects us. And just to continue the community engagement we need to do, and our beginning design efforts, et cetera, et cetera.
Perfect. Thank you, Councillor McDonald. Thank you for your time too with this. And I know you presented once to the regional district board out there while I was there, so I just want to thank you for all the effort you're putting into this.
Well, thank you. This is an easy project to take a lot of pride in. Yeah. And what a great community to work with, honestly. It's going to be great. It's going to take time to make sure we do this right, but it's going to be a great project.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Councillor McDonald. Any other discussion? No? All right, I'll call this motion to vote. I don't, I actually forgot at the break, my screen looks different than it ever has. But it's not coming up on my screen to vote.
Coming from the city, yeah, so, yeah, okay. Yeah, if it was a nonprofit, you were just a board member of it, yeah. Although you moved your own motion.
Oh, there we go. Ready to vote? Two more to vote, please.
She's not. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Vote is closed. And it's carried.
There we go.
All right, new councillor business. Councillor Parslow.
I attended the Walking the Path of Justice, the First Nations Court Conference 2025. My colleague, Councillor McDonald, was there Wednesday and Friday. He was PRRD on Thursday. And we sat with a councillor from Chetwynd for at least 2 of the days. I would say that it's probably the best conference I've been to that I can recall since I've been on council. Huge congratulations to the Doid First Nation and all the people that supported that conference. I must admit, going to it with some questions in my mind that I realized as I attended that conference were highly colonial in nature. And I had some significant paradigm shifts during that conference about what this topic of Indigenous justice is all about. And I'm hugely interested in supporting the Doid or other First Nations as we walk the walk towards justice. The materials I've just shared with Melissa, communications manager there, one of the materials that were available, very well professionally done. The conference, either the presence of people, I mean, the senior head judge, if I can use that expression, of the provincial court, of the appeals court, some other people very high up in the justice world, connected by, Zoom or whatever, medium Teams, whatever they were. Some testimonials, some history. It was a truly an educational experience. And if you're at all interested, because I said I went there with certain questions, and I still have some questions, but I spent, because I was able to ask some questions to the Chief Justice for Western Ontario, is based out of Kenora, and to Anashwabi elders, and about some of my experiences around problems when I was the Archdeacon of the Diocese of Caledonia with First Nations communities and as superintendent. And they really helped me to see my concerns were how they were really linked to the complete destruction of the Indigenous way of doing things, and how those communities need to rediscover their heritage. And so I just would like you all to have an open mind about this, and if you have the opportunity in future years of attending one, to do that. one of the elders of each community must be heavily involved in this restorative justice. People who have made mistakes, they are going to be future citizens. They are citizens already, but how can they live again within their community? And the notion of a healing plan for each individual, supported by elders and held accountable by elders, is a concept that really moved me, and I 100% support it. So I wonder if Councillor MacDonald would like to add on what I said. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Councillor Parslow. Councillor Earl.
Thank you, Your Worship. I just want to note that I had the pleasure to attend the inaugural annual general meeting for the Dawson Creek Food Bank Society. Previously, St. Mark's Food Bank. They're in the midst of transitioning into a society. They'll still retain, obviously, they'll still be based out of the same location and still benefit from the charity of faith communities throughout town. But this moving into a society brings them into alignment with other food banks across the province and across the country, and should allow them to access resources they otherwise wouldn't have before, like grants. So congratulations to them, and look forward to watching that organization grow.
Thank you, Councillor Earl. Councillor MacDonald.
Thank you, Worship. Since Councillor Parslow asked already that I was going to extend my congratulations as well to the Doig River First Nation on such an amazing conference. I agree, thought-provoking, self-reflection as a white Canadian of privilege, and just a world-class set of speakers. It was truly, truly a heavy conference, but I agree, one of the best I've attended. Honestly, it was really, really good. And I'd just like to congratulate the staff of the OVG and their volunteers. We've said it before, and I'll continue to say it, just what a great job they do representing us as a community when we do have an opportunity to host these wonderful guests from across the nation. You're sitting there on an ice surface, but you would not realize that when they present it as a conference, the draping, the service, the food, everything, they knock it out of the park every time. They represent us so well. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to Doig. And I do hope that this conference and this discussion continues. I really do. Staying on that note, I just want to extend a congratulations to Justin Davies for his being elected Chief of Doig. Congratulations to Brittany Robertson and Star Acko for their successful re-election, and to Corbin Davis for being elected as a new council member. That great to see the transition of Justin into the council position to taking over after Chief McIvor. I think he's going to do a great job. They have such wonderful leadership there, young leadership, and it's going to be really good. Some other events I've got to attend in the last 2 weeks. I want to say thank you to the leadership of the DCAA for their invitation to attend their AGM and awards ceremony. It's always so wonderful to go out and just hear what different groups are doing in the community and how they support our community in infrastructure and recreation, everything, right? Whether it's the Nordic Center, the ski hill, or the golf course that the DCAA are a part of, they are thriving. They're knocking out of the park, and they're providing such amazing infrastructure and opportunities for recreation for this community. I just wanted to say congratulations to this year's award winners, Mr. Frank Ripley, Mr. Phil Sykes, Mr. Vern Lauder and Mr. Sean Inkster, congratulations to them on their achievements and their recognition by the DCAA for everything they've done for the community. The same evening on Sunday was able to go and attend Kalipi's Olympics. I saw some amazing volleyball during the day, but I got to watch the championship basketball game that evening, and it was so exciting. It was so intense. It was just a wonderful, wonderful event. The South Peace Gym was overflowing with community members. It was loud. It was boisterous. It was just amazing to see. What a great, great community event. And a huge thank you to the leadership of Kalipi Dawson Creek and our own wonderful Councillor Apollonio for the invitation to come watch, take part in a small way. And what a great event. It was really, really exciting to be there. We had our second cenotaph meeting with the local committee. Had a great follow-up post-Remembrance Day. It was really not convenient, but timely that we were able to meet right after Remembrance Day and be able to reflect on the things we all noticed. And the passion is just that much stronger now for us to get out there and make this project as amazing as we can. It's going to be a great project, like I said earlier, and thank you all for supporting us and going to the RD again and just continuing this on. Sorry, I had a busy 2 weeks. I wanted to say thank you to Kirk Brandewald and Jason Gouda for the invitation to go and attend this past week's CTA meeting. Citizens Take Action gave a wonderful presentation on their recent initiatives and their group successes, including the recovery of over 80 stolen motorized vehicles and other stolen property. Had a great opportunity for a good Q&A on behalf of the city between us and them. Was really a positive meeting. Lots of great takeaways for myself and them. And I just congratulate them and thank them on the work they've done in the past couple of years, working with Staff Sergeant Hughes and their long-term commitment to community safety and their service to Citizens on Patrol or Rural Crime Watch. We had some great discussions about an upcoming symposium that's going to be hosted by them. And I'd just like to say thank you to the detachment commanders of all three South Peace detachments. They took the time out of their own time, their own lives to come and present and interact with some local volunteers. And it was just great to see all three detachment leaders from Tumbler Ridge, Chetwynd, and Dawson Creek there. And then finally was able to go and attend the Christmas tree light up on behalf of Mayor and Council. And I just wanted to say thank you to our local Rotarians, the Oilmen's Association, and everyone else who took a part, great or small, in creating just the wonderful annual event that the Christmas tree light up is. It's so amazing to see so many community members gather together downtown, whether it's minus 20, blowing gale force winds, or just no matter the beautiful weather we had this year. It's so nice to see upwards of 2,000 people together to kick off our Christmas season, our holiday season. And it was so nice to see so many downtown businesses partaking, giving out treats, giving out warm beverages, candy canes, you name it. It was just a truly great event, and I was honored to be able to get up and say thank you on behalf of Mayor and Council. And again, I thank those wonderful groups for continuing to provide us with lasting memories for our youth and the great Christmas tradition. And that's it. That was my 2 weeks. Thank you for your patience.
Thanks, Councillor McDonald. Councillor Apollonio?
Thank you, Your Worship. Oh, yeah, just to echo like what from the community, like, thank you very much for the support, for the presence during the just concluded 2025 Fall Olympics. It was awesome. Thank you very much for the presence. Despite your busy schedule, you came, and of course, being there, just your presence means a lot to us. And coming from 1 day to 2 days, from 1 weekend to 4 weekends, from once a year to twice a year, from less than 100 per people, now more than 500, I think, people in and out. Thank you very much. We will just keep on doing it because I think that's really promising for the community, especially for the young people and especially from the diverse background that participating in. And of course, thank you, Mr. Brown, for always capturing the event. And of course, I sent, because Success First in John reached out to me because I think they're having a survey. I sent our email address to them, and I think it's okay, about the Peace River Zonal Immigration Partnership Committee Representative Survey. So that's it. I think you will be receiving some survey form just to answer what the Peace River requirements for the immigration. And of course, thank you for the Walking the Path of Justice. It's awesome presentation.
Thanks, Councillor Apollonio. Any other new councillor business? All right, thank you. Next, we'll move to 6, adoption of minutes. 6.1, minutes of the regular meeting of council held on November 10th, 2025 for adoption. Councillor Kemp, second Councillor Sudnick. I'll call to vote. Vote is closed. That's carried. Any business arising? No. All right. Next, 8 correspondence. 8.1, email from Housing Reset, November 10th, 2025, regarding an open letter to the Government of British Columbia urging restraint on Bill M216, the Professional Reliance Act. Councillor Parza, I have a motion for this. Were you just had a question, or were you?
I was going to make a motion.
Oh, were you? Okay. Okay, go ahead.
I'd like to move that the City of Dawson Creek send a letter of concern to the provincial government on Bill M216.
Okay. I have a second. Councillor Earl?
If I can speak to it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just trying to illustrate, there's so many points of concern, but one that stands out for me in the documentation that was attached to this is the institutionalizing of conflict of interest. Even more troubling, this model institutionalizes conflict of interest. Now, this is just when certified professionals hired by developers are empowered to approve the very projects from which they earn their income, the integrity of the system collapses. The bill also eliminates the hard-won practice of incentivizing better urbanism through locally negotiated taxpayer-informed zoning procedures. For decades, municipalities have used discretionary tools, community amenity contributions, design panels, and density bonuses to secure parks, childcare facilities, and affordable housing. Bill M216 dismantles that tradition, substituting the private judgment of consultants for the collective will of local citizens. That's just one example of why this really needs to be rejected and restarted by the government. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Parcel. I just will jump in and speak a little bit to this because once we seen this last week, Kevin and Bill did a bunch of research on this, but there's a couple things. So I don't know if we need to add it to the motion, but I think also UBCM has a platform right now to for municipalities to advocate concerns around the bill M216. So I think I don't know if we need to add that or we could just make that a note. The other part of it is that that we submit feedback to the province of BC noting City of Dawson Creek's concerns, but also that we monitor Bill M216 and update council as needed. So I don't know if that motion covers all that, or do you want it more clearly defined in the motion, Kevin, or I guess what's easiest for for you?
Yeah, so through your worship, I think based on the discussion, I think it's staff has very similar concerns to what we're hearing. Again, it feels that it's a one-size-fits-all kind of approach that I'm not sure that fits many. It does appear to be a bit of an overreach, and there is some concerning details, as Councillor Parslow highlighted. I think, again, they're coming at it from trying to expedite development, but it's removing the ability of why folks like you are elected to provide the local community perspective, concerns, all of that. The bill itself goes as far as to say that if the province can remove the local government's ability and replace it with a separate committee to make these decisions. So it is it's pretty frightening, actually.
So do you feel like the motion that was put forward by Councillor Parslow is enough to guide what we need to do?
I think so. I mean, I think we're on the same page. If council's concerned, we can certainly craft a response that can be submitted through the UBCM portal to highlight, really all of our concerns from a technical perspective, but also from what council has.
So should we add that to the motion, or does that give? That's fine. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Kevin. Councillor Earl.
I agree with Councillor Parslow and Kevin. I think it continued similar to the vacancy rule we had to secure an exemption for. There is a very real need to decrease the cost of housing and the cost of developing housing here, but most pointedly in the Lower Mainland, where there is a legitimate housing crisis. I don't know that this gets done. I mean, one thing I think of obviously is over our many adventures over the last 8 years in doing infrastructure work in the city, you discover underground things from, the 60s or the 70s that were done a certain way that maybe aren't in alignment with best practice, and that's the kind of thing that our development services people and Kevin learn in the course of their tenure, that they might not have the ability to scrutinize if permits are being doled out automatically without the benefit of peer review. And also, like noted, the conflict of interest is when you remove that, you're basically making it very, very easy for an industry to be, who should be the overseers, to be captured by the industry they're supposed to be overseeing if you don't have that extra, I guess, level of redundancy or scrutiny. So, yeah, I mean, I appreciate the province is in a tough spot because they made commitments to voters around affordability, and there are some municipalities in the Lower Mainland that maybe have demonstrated that they're not working to the benefit of would-be homeowners or aspiring residents with respect to building housing, but I don't think this is a good fit for us here.
And I think the province should, if there are indeed those select, places of concern, then deal with them. You don't need to, paint the entire province with that same brush.
Sure. Thanks, Kevin. Councillor McDonald.
Thank you, Worship. I agree with everything that was said. This is a scary, scary bill. I won't rehash what's already been said, but I would just add that I think we should take every avenue that we can to bring light to this, whether we send a letter directly to the Premier's office and the appropriate ministry ourselves. We join UBCM's voice, but I would also say we should send a letter to NCLGA asking them to stand up and start advocating for this right now as well. This is a scary bill, and something like this opens the door to many other scary things that the government can do to take away our powers. The oversight or the overreach from Victoria on not understanding what we need as a community, all of it. right? I just think we should make sure we take every avenue we can to bring light to this.
Thanks, Councillor McDonald. Do you need a separate motion about a letter to NCLGA, or do you think that can all be covered?
Through your worship, is the intent for the letter to just go to the province, additionally go to UBCM, and additionally go to NCLGA?
See them on it?
Yeah.
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 So then perhaps we could amend the motion to make it clear what staff is doing. It's going to the province, it's standing with UBCM, and additionally NCLGA.
Councillor Parzo was fine with a friendly amendment if you are. He said he was fine with a friendly amendment, so. Am I putting, did you forget you said that, or?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I said that 5 minutes ago.
Oh, I was just,
In
the first.
response to what you said about UBCM,
Yeah.
you ignored me. You didn't seemingly ignore me. Subconsciously, it must have resonated with you.
Okay, well, I think we're all good on the motion that's on. Okay. Thank you, Councillor Parzo. Okay, I'm going to call this motion to vote. Vote is closed. It's carried. Next, 8.2, we have a letter from Alex Reshny, President, South Peace Mile Zero Park Society, received on November 14th, 2025, request for forgiveness of the City of Dawson Creek loan. Councillor Parslow?
I'd like to move that the city agree to the request for the forgiveness of the loan of $350,000 from Mile Zero Park Society.
Thanks, Councillor Parzo. I have a second. Councillor McDonald? Discussion?
Speak to the circumstances that has led to this are documented in the letter. I'm not going to read them out, but basically promises were made, promises were not able to be fulfilled. I think the key part here is, for me, is the penultimate paragraph, which is what I will read. Going forward, any other projects MOPS take on to build would be subject to all donations, monetary, material, and in kind being secured in place before construction begins. So that's fine, and I think there's a lesson there, not just for MOPS, but also maybe the city. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Potterslow. Councillor Earl?
Yeah, I'd reiterate that last part, certainly. As everybody's noted multiple times, these guys do really good work, and I think we extended that loan and the funding in response to that, but it did not, we kind of deviated from our normal budgeting practice and the normal processes we would follow in order to allocate those funds. And I think the learning for us on this one is that those processes exist for a reason. And no matter how much we like an organization or appreciate the work they do, we should respect those processes because it helps us avoid situations like this.
Yeah, thanks, Councillor Earl. I just have a question maybe to you, Kevin. Where does the funds come from? So when this is done, I know that we've had some dialogue that some of this would come from a tax increase. I know it was done as a loan, but is there, can it come from any surpluses from other departments? Or, I know that when we initially did this loan, there was some things around it just because of capital versus operational. And so can you just get an update on that, Melissa?
Through your worship. So you are correct in that given the city does not own the pump track and MOPS does, it didn't go through as a capital project for the city. And so this was an operating loan that was granted. All along last year in the 5-year financial plan, it was noted that the 2026 year and the budget that we're coming up to consider did include the repayment of the $350,000 loan. as part of the balanced budget. So when we consider draft one, which will come here in December, with the removal of the $350,000 repayment, it could be considered to require an additional 1.5% tax increase, so 6.5 up to 8. If you were solely looking at that to negate the removal of the $350,000, it'll come to council as a decision in draft one, whether you want to do a tax increase, a reduction in services, or potentially pull from reserves.
Okay, perfect. Wasn't sure if we would deal with it in draft one. I thought we would, so that clarifies. So we'll deal with it then. So thank you very much. All right, any other discussion? No, I'll call this motion to vote.
Charlie's got another.
Councillor Parslow?
So would the city entertain taking over ownership of the pump track and then allowing Mile Zero Park Society to operate on its behalf?
So through your worship, essentially that's what they do now. We have a fee for service, right? That they operate the grounds. The reason that it couldn't be capitalized was that we, and Melissa might correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe part of that was not only that it wasn't our project, but we actually were not in control of the project. We didn't have any ability to manage it, and so that was part of the reason why we couldn't capitalize it, and that's why it comes out of operations. So, we do own the land. They operate that, and ultimately one day it will be ours whenever that day comes along. But right now they brought the project forward. They orchestrated getting it constructed. It's been a great benefit to the community. Doesn't change the facts of where we're at. So I guess in a sense, to answer Councillor Parslow's question, we're already doing that. It's and the discussion would be around the fee for service that we annually grant them to operate that park, and the campground, and the Pioneer Village.
I was thinking, purchase it for the dollar. We have bought other buildings since I've been on council. We were not involved with the capital design of the buildings. So I don't see much of the difference why we couldn't buy it for $1.
Buy the pump track itself?
Yeah, for the $1.
Well, we kind of have.
If it makes it, surely it's, then you can capitalize, you can use capital funding to cover it.
Ryan?
Well, I think we'll go through this in draft one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the areas, so, okay. Any other discussion on this letter? No. All right, I'll call this motion to vote. Vote is closed. It's carried. Next, 8.3, we have a letter from Raceland Vance Bronson, resident of Dawson Creek, received on November 18th, 2025, regarding concerns about canceling BC Transit. Councillor Parslow.
We receive it for information.
Do I have a second? Councillor Apollonio, any discussion on receiving for information? I'll call this motion to vote. Vote is closed. It's carried. Next, 9 reports. 9.1, we have report number 25-213 from the corporate officer regarding appointment of bylaw enforcement officer. Councillor Earl.
Thank you, Your Worship. I will move the recommendation that report number 25-213 from the corporate officer regarding appointment of bylaw enforcement officers be received. Further, that Allison Morton, Sandra Jensen, and Jeremy Hedstrom be appointed as bylaw enforcement officers for the City of Dawson Creek. And further, that the appointment of former City of Dawson Creek Building Inspector Tony Troy Greek be rescinded.
Thank you, Councillor Earl. Second, Councillor Kemp. Discussion. Councillor Parslow.
Yes, new practice solutions. Is there any potential for a conflict of interest arising? What is the nature of their business, and how can we guarantee there's not going to be any conflict of interest?
So through your worship, I'll answer what I can, and if Devin may have to augment that. But what I understand is well, we've been searching for a building inspector for some time. We haven't been able to secure it. So we have found a company that provides inspection services and plan review. And so we're using that as a stopgap until we can recruit a building inspector. I do not believe that Praxis provides or consults and designs buildings or drawings that would, in turn would maybe be a conflict if that's what you were asking. So I don't think they would be, developing drawings and then reviewing their own work. I think they solely are in the inspection business.
Can I add?
Yeah.
So they don't have any, or won't have, or will they be prohibited from having any relationships with or investment in development companies?
Yeah, so that's a question we can ask. I don't have that answer. I don't believe they are. I believe, again, I think they're solely an inspection services company. But I appreciate what you're saying. It kind of goes back to our correspondence earlier about having one and the same. So we can certainly verify that, and it would be good to ensure that that's not the case.
Where are they located?
I'll ask Devin.
Go ahead, Devin. If I can turn your mic on.
Through your worship, I can speak to that. So Praxis Solutions, the majority of their staff are ex-City of Prince George staff. They are based in Prince George. The number of building inspectors, they're building inspectors and planners by trade. They only work with local governments, and they work as an extension of staff. So they work to support development services departments, whether it's planning, subdivision applications, building inspection, those kinds of things. They don't work with private industries. We see that with other local organizations like Urban Systems, for example, only works with First Nations and local governments, does not work with development in order to avoid the conflict of interest.
So with the arrangements, will it become more costly because of transportation and hotel and accommodation?
We considered that, and honestly, the arrangements with Praxis would be virtual inspections. We don't see a need to have them come up very often, and it is costly if they do come up. So the solution that we are anticipating and providing for is no travel. They would make virtual inspections, builders would make virtual inspection appointments, and they go through on their phones, and they show them what they need to show them, and they write them up. The cost is largely transferable, I guess, for the wage of the building inspector currently until we find a replacement building inspector.
Thanks, Devin.
One last question then.
Okay.
One of the attributes of the former building inspector, and I'm sure before him, was the relationship that they developed with developers and with people here, he often provided on-site visitations, gave advice, somewhat fettered by his role, and I see that all being lost without possibly by this remote substitute.
There is potential, through your worship, yes. It is very difficult to maintain a relationship remotely. We do pre-application meetings with all of our development community as they come in. We've had good success with that. We have shared with Praxis our 4Cs model, which is our internal core values model, and they live and die by that as well. We've been very clear that we work on the same side of the table as the development community and the builders, and they agreed to that, and honestly, that's how they would like to work as well. So even though they're remote, we'll still have as many touch points, if not more, because we'll have a little more. We're going to be able to pull on, for the same amount as one building inspector, a whole team of people, depending on the specialties that we need. So for now, it's a stopgap in place between when we get somebody in place in person.
Thanks, Councillor Parslow. Thanks, Devin. Any other discussion? No. All right, I'll call this motion to vote. Vote is closed and it's carried. It's going to take a 5-minute break on Monday, November 24th, 2025. Back to order. Next order of business, 9.2, report number 25-216 from the Director of Communications and Digital Services regarding official flag of the City of Dawson Creek. Councillor McDonald.
Thank you, Worship. I'd like to move that report number 25-216 from the Director of Communications and Digital Services regarding official flag of the City of Dawson Creek be received. Further, that Council adopt the heraldic flag granted to the City of Dawson Creek by the Canadian Heraldic Authority in 2008 as the official flag of the city. Further, that Council direct staff to update the current flag policy to include the heraldic flag, outlining standards for the display, reproduction, and ceremonial use of the official flag, including compliance with Canadian Heraldic Authority requirements. And finally, that staff report back to Council with the draft policy for consideration.
Thank you, Councillor McDonald. Second, Councillor Apollonio. Discussion? No. Councillor Parslow? Councillor Parslow?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this topic is somewhat amusing to me because when the city called for nominations for the city flower, I think it garnered about 7 or 8 respondents, and the goldenrod was adopted, right? Just one side of me says, well, gee, I think it's normal practice when you change or replace the flag commonly understood to be the Dawson Creek flag with another flag that probably hardly anybody's ever seen. It could cause an uproar, but maybe that's my British ancestry, where things like this these are very, very important. And you don't do this without appropriate community engagement. So here we've been asked to approve a flag that I've never seen before. And I'm just wondering how the community will react. Do they care? Is this something we should, before we make a decision, engage some discussion, or will that just open a can of worms? I can't see how the flag the city's arms, sorry, yes, it refers to city arms. I look at the flag and it seems very bland to me. I don't like the colors, don't see how they relate to this area. And so what's happening here is we've got this arms of the corporation of the City of Dawson Creek, and the central portion of it and the dominant color is being put on this flag. So was this flag issued by the heraldic entities in Canada, or is this something that we have extrapolated from the shield that's in the central part? And should we engage the public in this very important change of recognition of our flag? And the other question is, given this, are we, and the color scheme inherent in this, is there going to be any future moves by staff to have our signage across town changed to match those colors? So several questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Parslow. Kevin, did you want me to?
Yeah, so through your worship, if Melissa wants to take any of the questions, and if there's some that you can't answer, then I'll do my best.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, Melissa.
Good morning. Through your worship, let me know if I miss any answers to the questions. So the first question about should we engage the public and will there be any public uproar? I think you could go two ways. We could pause and specifically go for community engagement, or you could use the policy review stage to see if there is public uproar. We have a 30-day review policy review in place once we make those changes. So that's something for council to consider. If you would like, you could also, I would do a little bit more marketing behind that policy review than usual if you wanted to ensure that the community was extremely aware of this change coming. The other about the colors, after a lot of reading and reviewing with my colleagues, we have determined that the colors are actually quite close to the current colors. So they are depicted here as paintings, which has distorted that in a small way. But after reading and reviewing, we've determined the city blue would remain the city blue, and the gold in the middle would be very close to that city yellow as well. And I believe there's one more question, but I can't recall.
Signage.
Oh, yes. So the signage wouldn't see any changes, any significant changes because of the colors not being any different.
And the other question was...
Just push your mic in, please, Councillor Parsley.
I understand the arms were, they are approved by the Heraldic Society or whatever it is. Are they the ones that designed this flag?
That's correct. An artist would have been commissioned to design the coat of arms for us as well as the flag at the same time. And like you had mentioned, our flower happened at the same time there. So I believe we led the initiative for the flower, and then the artist commissioned by the Heraldic Authority did the flag and the coat of arms. And so we have record of us adopting the coat of arms, and we use it now on the mayor's letterhead, but we have no record of us adopting this flag.
So can I make a comment about... Now, I'm colorblind, okay? Not completely, but significantly strong red-green colorblind.
Yes.
But I can recognize yellow or gold, and I like that color. White is is a major change. So when you said that you broadened the thing, that the staff had some discussion about this, and staff believe that the flag here captures, the color change is not a significant one. Well, I view it as a significant change.
I wouldn't be able to determine if it will truly be a significant change until we reach out to the Heraldic Authority to question that.
No, I just gave a personal opinion.
Okay.
Thanks, Councillor Parslow. Councillor Sudnick.
Thank you, Worship. I agree with a lot of Councillor Parslow's comments on this. I mean, it's been 17 years, and this just lands on our agenda today to just approve this. These colors, you change a flag and the coat of arms and these things in the community. It's been 17 years. What are we rushing to do this approval for today? And in regards to the colors, they're going to peel the stickers off our new hospital, which a large portion of that is going to be yellow in reference to the city's colors and flags. And we're going to turn around and change it without a conversation or a public consultation. I'm not in favor.
So through your worship, I mean, that's why we're here. We, this is the kind of stuff you find and you try and clean up, and we bring it here, and so either you like it or you don't. The reality is the previous flag, we have no record of it being adopted either, so we could take it down too. That's just the nature of it, and so that's all we're trying to do is, we should have something that's official, and if it's not this, then that's okay. We can change that, and we can start a whole new process, but that'll be put on the shelf somewhere. That will not be a priority.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Councillor Sudnick. Ryan, you had to add something?
Yeah, so through your worship, maybe some other context, right? So behind the screen actually is the city's heraldic coat of arms and all the reasons and the thematic aspects to why the coat of arms and such, and the colors and all the things are included. This goes all the way back to the city's 50th anniversary. So really would have happened 49, 48, 2 years before the 50th anniversary was done. and put forward. There was at the time discussions with council and other representatives, can't remember who they are at this time, in terms of the different aspects. And the new flag to the old flag, really the significant difference is actually it sort of stays true to the fact of it's not just the mile zero post, right? It also identifies the art gallery in terms of that agricultural aspect as well. And so it sort of broadens when the process and the staff through the Governor General's office went through it, sort of that broadens the perspective of our current flag of whether it be the blue sky, the goldenness of our countryside and the sun, and not just the mile zero post, but broadens it to the agricultural aspects as well. So the coat of arms and the actual document has been received and is identified in the Federal Gazette, et cetera. Now, whether or not you identify, accept the flag as official or not or whatever, it's already been registered federally in terms of the design and the aspects of it. But back in the day, the flag, as we went through the archives, that's not the right word, the reports and such and the information, the flag wasn't actually pulled out as a separate entity. It was all sort of wrapped together in the aspect as you sort of see there, and the formal actual document is behind the screen. And you know, the colors, as you talk about, doesn't necessarily perhaps represent the true color gold, etc. And I understand that due to the artist renderings, the colors, you know, the material that they think, but when you look at and read what the colors are to be used, etc., clearly identifies, you know, what the color blue, what the color yellow, and the type of what that means.
Thanks, Ryan. Councillor Parslow.
I recall the arms discussion. I don't know if I was on council, but I at that time was following city affairs very closely. So I'm puzzled by a statement made by staff. There's no official designation about the flag that we've been using for some time. So is it then a logical extraction to say then that the flag was approved by staff? I mean, how did it just magically get, you know, displayed? If it was not a decision of council, then it means it was a decision of staff. Am I right?
Through your worship, I would say it's probably, well, it's hard to say. It was before my time, but it's possible that it was adopted by council and there's just maybe no record of it. There was probably a decision, maybe the mayor of the day. Yeah, what we're saying is we couldn't find anywhere that it said, this city says this is the official flag of the city. Yeah. It may be somewhere, but we couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Councillor Parslow. Councillor Earl.
Thank you. So I just, for my own, this is this flag and the coat of arms were previously vetted and engaged with the community and authorized, but due to an administrative oversight, the flag itself wasn't codified, and that's what we're being asked to clean up today. Okay, thank you. I'm fine with that.
I understand it, yes.
I'm okay with the design. I mean, hopefully the yellow. I mean, I think the yellow in the actual flag and coat of arms clashes less with the blue, or the gold clashes less with the blue than the yellow we've been using. But if it's going to be different, I assume hopefully not clashing more. But yeah, so this is just a matter of it was vetted by a council that was elected with the exact same democratic authority as us, and it went through the process that we would want something like this to go through. But because of, for some reason that we haven't identified, only the coat of arms was codified, and the coat of arms included the flag, but the individual flag itself was not pulled out and included in that codification, and now we're being asked as a matter of administrative cleanup to do that.
Through your worship, that's correct.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor.
If I could also add to this, if you did not want to codify, adopt this flag, you can also choose to just adopt the current flag. What I'm truly asking is that we have this adopted into our flag policy so that we have the history of which flag is the official flag of the city of Dawson Creek.
Thank you for clarifying. Councillor McDonald?
Thank you, Worship. And just for clarification on what you said earlier, Melissa, you believe what we're looking at there on screen does not reflect the actual color of the codified flag?
That's correct.
Is it possible then to produce a one-off of the flag so that we could see it in front of us? No?
Through your worship, that's correct. We have produced one already.
Oh.
And it is similar colors. We did not bring it today due to a few different reasons, but I can provide that for you at a later date.
Well, that was kind of vague on different reasons. I'm curious. It's Ryan's fault? Right. Okay, well.
He's in the middle of painting.
Is it covering your basement window, Ryan, or? With tinfoil behind it. Yeah, I just think before, if it's not a true rendering that we're seeing on screen, it'd be nice to see it in real life just to make a true, honest opinion before we actually do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we table it? So we see this.
Yes. Councillor Earl? Thank you, Councillor McDonald.
Okay, then in the interest of moving this along, can we table the discussion until we get a chance to look at the flag?
Can you find it?
We can
Defer?
defer.
Okay, thank
Motion
you.
to defer.
I would like to do that, thank you.
Second, Councillor Kemp. Any discussion on deferring? I'll call this motion to vote. Vote is closed. It's carried. Thank you, Melissa. Next, 9.3, we have report number 25-218 from the Financial Service Manager regarding receivable report dated September 30th, 2025. Councillor Kemp?
Thank you, Your Worship. I'll move the recommendation, the report number 25-218 from the Financial Services Manager regarding receivables report September 30th, 2025 be received for information.
Thank you, Councillor Kemp. Second, Councillor Sudnick. Any discussion? I'll call this motion to vote. Vote is closed and it's carried. Next, 10 bylaws. 10.1, we have report number 25-206 from the Chief Financial Officer regarding 2025 to 2029 amended financial plan bylaw number 4621 2025 for consideration of adoption. Councillor Kemp.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'll move the recommendation, the report number 25-206 from the Chief Financial Officer regarding 2025 to 2029 amended financial plan bylaw number 4621 2025 be received. Further, that 2025 to 2029 amended financial plan bylaw number 4621 2025 be adopted.
Thank you, Councillor Kemp. Second, Councillor Apollonio. Any discussion? Well, I'll call this motion to vote. Vote is closed and it's carried. All right, next 11 mayor's business. So 11.1 mayor's updates. I have a list here that I wanted to go through, but before this, I just wanted to thank Councillor McDonald for bringing this to my attention this morning because I'm not that active on social media, but I guess it was shared by the Gower family and Trina specifically that our firefighter and family member of the city team and our neighbors next door is back in the city of Dawson Creek. So, just a very it's been a very emotional ride since the accident happened, obviously for him and his family, and and his extended family next door too, and the whole city team. So it was just a great way to start the day and hear that he's back home. So I just really wanted to continue to let himself and his family know that we're with them and thinking about them, and in his road to recovering, and I'm very grateful that he's back in the city of Dawson Creek. So thank you for letting me know. So BCF FaithWorks Academy grand opening. So I had the privilege of attending. I think it was a few weeks ago. Just the BCF FaithWorks Academy. It's a childcare facility that is. It's been open. I think they've been open now for a few weeks, but I was invited to attend and speak at their grand opening, and just a great facility, use of a facility, and got to meet their leadership team and everybody there. Councillor Apollonia was there as well, and it was well attended and very great. I can't remember their numbers, but I believe it was about that they can house it's 40 childcare spaces, or in that 30 to 40, and they were close to having that full right away. There was a couple things that they were just waiting for in order to open up more spots. So I just really wanted to congratulate them and wish them the best of into the future and successes. And it's definitely something that we need in our community that we've heard lots of. So also attended the 40th anniversary celebration for B&T Ceramics. So I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Corey and her family. I met her son was there, and Brenda and Terry. It was just great to be part of, and just really help them celebrate that 40th. That's a big number to be in business, and with all the changes that we've seen and over the years, just to see them adapt and just to see them continue to be successful after 40 years, just amazing. It was great to go through B&T and just see everything they have, and just a very phenomenal accomplishment for them and their family, and to see Corey taking it on and continuing the business, and it's grown a lot over the years. So just wanted to extend a congratulations to them. An open door day, I think I've had a couple maybe since last, but I had one a few weeks ago. We have a couple more scheduled, I think one more in December, and then into next year too. We might do some different things with them. CJDC interview, I had a few interviews on water and had one on transit as well. So just really was spoke to what our motion was moving forward, and just clarifying that to the public what the intent of our motion was, and that we have very open dialogue in our council meetings, and everybody's voices here and welcome. So we have good debate, and there's always going to be good conversation. So I just really clarified what our direction was with that. And DC, the Dawson Creek Athletics Association, I won't touch too much on that because Councillor McDonald did already, so thank you. I did want to just congratulate them on 93 years. That is a huge success for that board, and they've done a lot over those 93 years to promote athletics in our community, but also to youth, and just really thank that board. It's a very active board, and I sat on the board for many years, so it's just a great organization, and just wanted to congratulate them on 93 years. Rotary Manor, Councillor Apollonia and McDonald and myself attended their annual reindeer hunt, and it was really just such a phenomenal event, and I don't even know how to describe it besides my heart was just full when I left there. It was for the hour and a half or a couple hours that we were up there, the amount of the joy that I had from doing it didn't even match the amount of joy that those residents up there like experienced. And yeah, it was just absolutely phenomenal. So it's an honor every time I get to be up there. You know, and I also want to thank the volunteers that are up at Rotary Manor, because they, like every other organization in our community, are ran, you know, there's less and less time for people to volunteer in today's world. And I think they're, you know, they struggle a little bit getting volunteers, but those that are up there, like the amount of time they give and the amount of effort they put into giving those individuals just, you know, an enhanced quality of life. It touches close. So it's just want to thank them. And it's so much fun. And I was like sweating afterwards, and I didn't get any welts, but I got hit a lot more this year than I normally do. And they've been practicing. Yeah, they were practicing, and Councillor Apollonio was a little sneaky because he was
human shield.
Oh, he was helping some of the individuals, and they were directing their shots right at me. So, thanks, Councillor Apollonio. No, it was really fun, though.
Use the mayor as a human shield.
Yeah, pretty much. There was a couple kids that were up there too, that joined us in the fun. So they were up visiting their grandma. So it was they came in and joined us a little bit. So yeah, just all around it was great. Fun. I also have one here, a sing along, because I was going to attend, but I had the dates wrong. So this is Judy McGowan goes up every couple of weeks and does like a singing session with the Rotary. So I heard that from one of their residents' family. So I just put in my calendar attend, but I realized that I should have checked with them first because it wasn't going on that time that I went up there. So they're going to pre-send Kathy the calendar of their event. So we'll get that out to council as well. Peace River Regional District, I just wanted to touch a little bit on that. I guess maybe just before I'll thank Councillor McDonald. He's the new alternate director from the regional district. So he attended for me last week because I was away. So just thank you for taking the time to be there. And I just wanted to speak a little bit. They announced on their board meeting on Thursday that they've approved the building of their new Peace River Regional District building downtown on our pool lot. So I just congratulations to them and to their board. So just a great just great for the it's super exciting for them and their team over there, and for all involved. So thank you. Stock our sleigh event. So I wanted to just speak to this a little bit. Fred Fedema from Rotary Club reached out to me and just shared some of the details of this, and just wanted to give a huge shout out to our community and to the Rotary clubs for organizing this. It was a huge success. They had 19 pallets donated, 14,000 pounds of food donated to those that are in the most need. They also received over $15,000 in cash donations. So just huge. It doesn't surprise me from our community, and you hear this stuff and you see these things. It's just all the more reason why us as council, we're just grateful to do what we do every day, and because it really speaks to community. And just proud of Rotary for what they do to help our community. So just wanted to give a shout out to them. Recruitment and Retention Committee, I had a meeting, I think it was last week, just on the Councillor Sudnick and myself sit on that committee, and just around the recruitment and retention of family physicians. So I don't know any big highlights from the last one, besides it's just continuing to move forward. We're working with the physicians on, multiple things that we can do with recruitment and retention around physicians. I don't know if there's anything, Councillor Sudnick, that I know. Okay. And then Doig River First Nations Walking the Path of Justice. I won't touch a lot on this. I was just Councillor Parslow and Councillor McDonald both attended and already touched on this. I was there just for the the first hour or so of the opening ceremonies. I just wanted to give a shout out to Doig River. It was the opening ceremonies were absolutely phenomenal. It was great to hear from, an elder up there share the story. I got to chance to speak with Chief McCadahay. It was the day before their election. Also got a chance to speak with their councillors and at the time, Councillor Davies, now the chief. So, it was just great. I wanted to thank them and congratulate them on a successful event. So, next, I didn't have this on the list because I spoke about Remembrance Day at the last council meeting. But after our last council meeting, I went and attended the Nowakin Remembrance Day celebration as well. I know there might have been other councillors there, but while I was there for the time, Councillor Apollonia was there as well. So if others joined, I apologize for not saying that, but I just wanted to thank them for inviting us. It was a pretty neat experience. Got to be part of their ceremony and celebration, and the way they've historically, honored those that have sacrificed, made the biggest sacrifice for the freedom we have today. So it was great to be part of their ceremony and take part. They also had a youth drumming. The students, I guess I would say that they did the drumming, and man, phenomenal. There was probably 5 or 6 youth. Ginger organizes it, and it was pretty inspirational to be part of. And I got to chat with one of the youth, and it was just absolutely phenomenal. So, just wanted to thank them. I do have on my next mayor's updates because I try to keep them up, but I will touch. I try to put them on here before the agendas go out, but I did want to, just because there was a big event last week with the Dawson Creek Hospital Foundation and the announcement from ARC Resources on their donation. I spoke to the ARC leadership after this and just really thanked them from the city for just stepping up and their huge contribution to the really healthcare and moving forward. So it's a huge win for our community, and I just wanted to thank ARC Resources, but I also want to thank the Dawson Creek Hospital Foundation for their efforts. Their board, their team there have been working on this for quite some time, and they've put a lot of effort into it. So I just really want to thank them on behalf of the city for their commitment to better our healthcare, and and thank you to ARC Resources and all those that have helped. So just a huge thing. So thank you. Any questions on any of those, Councillor Parslow?
Yeah, I have. You've touched on a lot of things there. Certainly, as it relates to B&T, I can't speak on behalf of the art community, but I can speak for some of the art community. That's a go-to store in the region for art supplies, and they're so good at responding to needs. It's a real asset. The only other place now is to go to Grand Prairie and a big chain store, so you get a lot of much better personal service here. It just illustrates, my friends in the Peace region, when they talked about Dawson Creek, some of these, if I can call them niche, mom and pop or family-owned businesses are somewhat unique, and there is an attraction from other communities. So just hats off to B&T as well. Just so there's no confusion over the Peace River Regional District, what I heard you say is the approval of the building. By that you mean the building design. Is that correct? Not the financing of it?
No, they've awarded.
They've awarded the contract.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's done,
well,
yeah.
that's better news than I heard you say. Yeah,
Yeah, it's awarded 10, yeah. It's
Oh, that's
tender
good. And it
awarded.
was in the funding envelope as well. Then.
Yeah.
Well, that's really is great. Yeah. The Recruitment and Retention Committee. You talked about doctors. I read that this week the maternity ward was closed. Lack of nurses.
Yeah.
Does that committee ever consider the need for recruitment and retention of nurses?
Well, it will stem from that. This is solely doctors or physicians. So the board is made up of, there's probably 10 different, with the college is on the board, school district, the city. There's a lot of different professions on there, but there's also a number of physicians that sit on there. So this one is directly around physicians. But Northern Health has a lot going on around recruitment and retention of nurses as well. But it's kind of a shared, what we're doing here is kind of shared around a lot of different professionals. And then just to speak to the closure on the weekend I believe there was just something that happened with one nurse and they didn't have a coverage. But I know this, the Dawson Creek and District Hospital, their nursing staffing is generally not related to any diversions. It's always been doctors. So.
Well, a lot of nurses are contract nurses that fly in from outside as well. My recent experience in hospital in May, I think nearly all our nurses were outside contract nurses.
Yeah.
So there is a problem.
Yeah.
So you said the school district's on this committee. Why are they on the committee? Are they trying to get help with recruiting teachers?
Because it's all intertwined. No, they do. They're, the school districts on there, the college, they're very active in their own retention and recruitment. So it's about us collaborating and working together. So it's been very beneficial and educational to hear what they're doing as well, and where we're all working together. And it's really been helpful because we're able to connect new physicians to direct to school districts and Northern Lights College and all. So it's really just about community and working together. That's why they're on there.
Because there is a real problem in recruiting teachers to this school district.
Yeah.
I don't know what the current figure is, but it has been as high as 30 classrooms staffed by non-qualified teachers.
Yeah.
In the school district as an entity, not Dawson Creek.
Yeah, no, it's all industries, right? It's all professional industries are challenged with it. So that this committee is really around, it's designed around physicians, but it's definitely bigger than that. We're all kind of working together, and it's like on the last council meeting, I gave an update that I spoke at Simon Fraser University's retention and recruitment with the school district 59. So. Those are all, it's been very beneficial. So, and I think too, Councillor Sudnick can speak to this too if he wants, but I think when we started, there was around 9 physicians and I think we're up to, is it 15, I believe, or 16? So there's been some significant wins already. I mean, not at the level, but this stuff just takes time. And there's been some benefit from this committee and, really rolling out the red carpet for physicians when they come in to make them feel welcome. But our intent is as this grows to, if we can use this for other professions, we would utilize it there too. So, yeah. You're welcome. Any other questions? No? All right, thanks, Councillor Parslow. Next, 11.2, we have the delegation request from the South Peace Art Society, request for extension for the Aubert Building Mural. Councillor Roll.
Thank you, Your Worship. As per the delegation's request, I move we approve it.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor Roll. Second, Councillor Sudnick. Any discussion?
It seems like they've held up their end of the bargain and done their due diligence to expedite it, and it's largely very reasonable things causing the delay. So I'm fine with it.
Thanks, Councillor Roll. Any other discussion? Councillor Parslow?
I wonder if staff have any comments. Of course, it's not a city-owned facility, right? Forget it. Yeah. That's okay. The mold, I was thinking about mold issue, right? Yeah. Used to be a city facility. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Councillor Parslow. All right, any other discussion? No, I'll call this motion to vote. Vote is closed and it's carried. All right, I'm just going to go back on the agenda to 2.6. All right, so 2.6, we have Staff Sergeant Hughes and Sergeant Peddle with the Dawson Creek RCMP in attendance regarding the Detachment Resource Report for October 2025. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Morning and welcome.
We'll get right into it. I brought my honored guest, Sergeant Sean Peddle. Those that you don't know is the operations NCO for the detachment. And yes, one of the things just wanted to bring up, a question was posed last time or the time before that. There was some population stats that I had given. We weren't sure exactly where those came from, so I went back to North District crime analyst, and they were off from what the city had projected. So those numbers came from E-Division data services that in turn came from the province, and those numbers included the whole regional district. Just where those came from. So that was for Councillor Parslow had asked that question, so I wanted to make sure that was addressed. And into our report. Not much for changes in staffing. We are considering, we're about 80%, 77% I think for staffing. We just got a new member. He just showed up November 13th. So he is in the training for 6 months with a trainer. He'll be 2 to 4 months with a trainer in the car, and then he's out on his own after that. And that's just, you know, adult learning and how he develops as he goes along. Doing very, very well so far. We have another confirmed new member coming January 12th, or so they graduate January 12th. They should be here around the 20th. And then we are hoping to get one more. We've just, one of our members here that was on long-term sick leave has just returned today as well. So those numbers are increasing. He's on a graduated return to work. So he'll be doing admin duties for the next few weeks until he's back and cleared by the doctor to be full operational. The stats for total calls for service was 7,484 calls for service, so we're up 2.5%, and that split is 1,388 of those calls are for the rural and surrounding areas. That includes Puskupi, and 6,095 of those calls are within the city of Dawson Creek. And apparently I'm a slow learner, and I did this in black and white again. So, thank you very much. See, it's good to have friends in high places. Thank you for that. Alrighty, theft of vehicles are actually down. Typically, we see those rise this time of year, people leaving their trucks running outside of establishments such as gas stations and coffee shops. So we hope the educational piece that goes out every year, that will somewhat decrease. Our local media is pretty good when we have one of those files, putting a little news blurb out about a vehicle that was stolen while it was left running. Not that you shouldn't be able to leave your car running in a parking lot without having somebody steal it. But unfortunately, that's not the world that we live in. Theft from vehicle is up 53%, and it's holding about 50 in the 50s. We've had a couple of people come into town that are targeting the vehicles in the parking lot, in parking lots and stealing stuff. I did a presentation for Rural Crime Watch, and then I did another presentation yesterday for the whole South Peace Crime Reduction Society, just on kind of that circle of crime and what feeds the crime world, and how much money it actually takes to feed the criminal activity and the drug use. Well, he had a guy in cells here a month and a half ago, and I think I spoke about it last time, and he's using $200 of crack, fentanyl, or meth a day. Last time I checked, a welfare check doesn't cover that. So the money has to come from somewhere. So when they're stealing things out of cars, whether it be wallets, they're selling those IDs. They use those IDs to commit frauds. They go run around town and tap small amounts buying cigarettes. Then they trade the cigarettes for drugs or trade food or anything else they can buy from a gas station or Walmart or Canadian Tire, anything low value that'll tap. So keeping your belongings secured, your vehicle locked, not leaving wallets in cars, not leaving your spare keys in cars, things like that help a lot to keep that stat down. And again, you should be able to leave your keys in your car. You should be able to leave your wallet in your car. But unfortunately, there's an element of society that feel compelled to take advantage of those situations. So protecting ourselves is the first step to reducing that crime stat. Breaking into residence is down 4%. Breaking into residence is up 5%. So they're the people that are breaking into things to steal things have just changed where they're doing it. Assault offenses, all assaults combined, are down 6.3%. 194 files to date. Again, I've spoke about this before, and we'll continue to. Most of our assault files, most of our crimes against persons they're not random. Dawson Creek remains a safe place to live. It remains, a fantastic community. We do not have people getting robbed in bank vestibules by homeless people that are sleeping on the floor. I've been here 2.5 years. I don't recall a single file where it's happened. Sergeant Peddle might be able to speak differently, but I doubt it. We don't have random people getting robbed or mugged or assaulted walking down a sidewalk on a regular basis. It does happen once or twice a year, but it's definitely not anything regular in the town. Dawson Creek is a safe place to live. Our sexual offenses combined are sitting at 0% with 36 last year and 36 year to date this year. Again, we've talked about the sexual offenses and what they encompass. It's anything and everything with a sexual element to it whatsoever. Includes sexting between youth and school. Bless you. Twice. Drug possession, drug trafficking is up 24%. And I doubt very much that the drug trafficking is up 24%. It's just our charges are up 24%. And that's due to the efforts of our men and women over there that are enforcing the law and writing search warrants and seizing property and putting charges forward to Crown. So a big thank you to them for that. Impaired driving, again, same sort of situation. I don't think that there's 34% more drunk drivers on the road. We've just got 34% more of them off the road. It continues to be a problem. It's always going to be a problem. Education is a big piece of that. So good work to the men and women that have secured those charges and got those people off the road. And in that, 34% increase in getting drunk drivers off the road, we have a 18% reduction in motor vehicle collisions. Theft, including shoplifting, is up 14%. Again, that doesn't take much to have a couple of people roll into town and do their rounds to No Frills and Canadian Tire and Walmart and the bigger stores, into the co-op, and stealing things, whatever they're stealing them for. That stat will increase. And that being said, it's 350 last year and 398. So it's less than a 50 file increase year to date. But because the number is relatively low, it shows a 14% increase. Mental health files are 640 as opposed to 626 last year, an increase of 2.2%. We've gone over that over and over. Unspecified assistance files as a decrease of 19%. Again, those are the files that we want. We want people calling us. Nobody should ever get the situation of, don't call us at the Dawson Creek RCMP. That's not a police file. Please, don't call with that kind of thing. We want people to call. Sometimes we don't create a file. If it's an SPCA file or it's a BC Conservation Service file, then we will redirect them that way. But if somebody sees something suspicious, something that doesn't look right, those are the files that get the marked police cars into the neighborhoods and cruising around, and the crime reduction snowball effect that we get from that has been proven over and over. So, yeah, we want those to increase. So I don't like seeing the decrease there. October numbers for files involving those members of our unhoused community are 23 again for the month of October. They were 23 in September, for a total of 166 files year to date. This was a stat that council had asked to be included in. So coming for the January, this won't just be a list. It'll be put into the regular stats because I'll have a comparable for last year. And the Dawson Creek Citizens on Patrol group continue to be vital in our crime reduction strategies. Last year, they did just over 10,000 kilometers of patrol for 2024, and I was advised yesterday that they're expected to surpass that this year. So that just an amazing sense of community. Those, I had the pleasure of speaking to them yesterday. We as police officers, we get paid to do our patrols and actively try and reduce crime. These are people that do it out of the goodness of their heart, for the sense of community, for the sense of public safety. And, they're driving around on their own time, using their own gas with their own vehicles, wear and tear on their tires and everything, to be the eyes and the ears for us out in the community. And it helps. It reduces the crimes that they have an influence over. We've asked that they're not engaging with people physically, and they 100% compliance. I'm not aware of a single event where they haven't done that. Observe, record, report, and it pays dividends. It shows. So huge, big thank you to that group, the all-encompass group, the South Beach Crime Prevention, COPS, the Citizens on Patrol group, Rural Crime Watch, and of course, Crime Watchers Crime Stoppers is looped into there as well. Just reminding people that is an avenue. I know that Councillor McDonald has taken that over, and 2.5 years ago, it was brought up. And one of the things that comes to mind is when somebody mentions Crime Stoppers, is that really even a thing anymore? So that awareness and the signs on either end of town and boosting that up has just been fantastic. So thank you to those that are involved in that. Violence suppression efforts continue with our VST overtime shifts, targeting those people that have warrants and curfews and such. And we're very happy to say that most of our violent offenders here in Dawson Creek right now are in jail. We have a couple that are still out and about. One of them has a warrant for his arrest. And hopefully he'll be in custody. I don't believe he is yet. So hopefully he'll be in custody here in short order. Efforts are underway to locate him. I won't name him by name in this forum, but it's showing things going in the right direction. So keeping these people in jail and not being able to reoffend it's a good deal. I like it. One of the things that came up, I think it was last time, was just comparables and how we are in Dawson Creek compared to other cities of our size. So I won't name the cities. I've got them here. I'm not there. So we've got four cities, Dawson Creek being one of them, all of about the same, similar size population, similar size RCMP, detachments as far as employees, regular members, uniform members are concerned. And we fall, of the four, our file count is 4,000. This was done in August, these stats. So our file count, when this was run, beginning of August, was 4,885. And that'll be different to the stats that I produced in the report because of the day of the month that it was done. And it may have been done just a bit before the end of August. So just about 4,900 files. One of the other cities was 5,700 files. Another city was 62, and another city was almost 6,300 files. So we were second to the lowest for persons violent crimes. 417 in the lowest. We were 361 files. excuse me, then there was 390 and 518. And then from the property crime side, we were tied for the low. So one of the other cities was 737 property crime related files. The high was 1,176 files, and we were tied for 678 files. So it accounts for, our persons violent crime accounts for 7.39% of our total files. And those percentages for the other cities were 6.64, 6.78, and 8.35. And I know that spewing out numbers really fast doesn't help a whole lot. But what does help is to know that there's only a 1.71% spread between the high and the low. So we're not vastly different. It's not like we're 15, 20% higher. We're actually second lowest of these four similar sized cities. And these are northern BC cities. We're not, this wasn't pick and choose. This was intentionally tried to get cities that are similar in every nature to Dawson Creek. So hopefully that sheds some light on it. And it's just part of our quest, I guess, for lack of a better term, and some recent media releases from some places. Dawson Creek is not the city that some people or entities wish to present it to be. This is a very safe city. I personally live in Pooskoopi, but I'm 10 minutes out of town. I'm very proud to be a part of Dawson Creek, very proud to work here, very proud to be part of the detachment, to have the support that we have from Mayor and Council, and all of our other partners. We've recently, in light of the situation that happened out in 97 with one of the firefighters, we've recently began to rekindle a very, very positive relationship with Dawson Creek Fire Department, and very happy to do so. It was just in discussions with them after that event, we realized that we don't know each other the way that we should, and we're taking steps to rectify that. So very happy with everything that this city has to offer. I don't have any complaints. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for the presentation, and just thank you for your words. I think a couple of things I just wanted to touch on before I open to council was, at the beginning you recognized your honored guest beside you, so I just want to thank Sergeant Peddle and Staff Sergeant Hughes for both being here presenting today, but also you touched on our community and that it is a great place to live and it's a safe place to live. And I just want to thank both of you for your commitment to our community because, it shows the dedication that you both have and your team has to creating a great community. It's very evident. So it's just really appreciative. It's just it's been great this last 3 years getting to know the detachment more and just seeing how hard you work and appreciate what you do for what you guys do every day. It doesn't go unnoticed, and there is a lot of great wins that have happened, and unfortunately there's some entities that look at different things, but it's not a true reflection of our community. And so for you to it's easy for me to say it's safe because I'm the mayor of the community, and I can only speak for myself. I feel safe around this community. I can't tell other people how to feel, but when you're saying that, it means something because you deal with that every day, right? So I just appreciate it, and just thank you to both of you and your whole team over there. We really do appreciate what you guys do every day, and so thank you.
Thank you, Your Worship.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Councillor McDonald.
Thank you, Worship. And I had the same point there. I mean, thank you for those final numbers, because it is very telling that, very contrary to a narrative that other national sources would try and portray on us, right? This is an amazing community, and it's through your efforts, it's through the different community groups that want to partner with you, want to help you. whether it's a CTA, it's the volunteers of the Citizens on Patrol or the greater Southeast Crime Prevention, right? This is a great community. And to hear those numbers directly from yourself, it's very telling that this is a great community. And yeah, very contrary to what some other major media sources would portray. The one question I did have, though, Prince George Detachment has started their See Something, Say Something campaign. Is there any chance to have that shared locally through Facebook, boosted posts, or anything like that? Just bring that awareness that, you know what, if you see something in our community that you're unsure of, you need to talk to the RCMP. That's the only way it can be brought to your attention. It's, there's avenues to say it anonymously or directly or anyway. Just bring some awareness of that campaign to our region, to our community.
Yes, thank you. Through your worship, 100%. If that's something that we can put that through Melissa, or however we want, whether it's through Southeast Crime Prevention or Dawson Creek RCMP doesn't have an active Facebook page that's actively monitored.
Right.
But whatever we need to do, if that's something council wants to do, we can look into it this afternoon and get something back today.
Yeah, I think it's great. Even just we talked about the theft from vehicles and the media releases that get sent out from the RCMP there as well, right? Just to have them specifically boosted to our region as well, right? From the RCMP media relations out of Prince George, major crime, wherever it comes from, right? Just to target for our region as well, not just Prince George.
Yes, for
I
sure.
think it'd be good.
And that lends to the unspecified assistance files that are down. If that's a campaign that would help get those back up and get people in reporting, 100%. We can. I'll have that back. Should be by the end of the day.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you.
And again, I agree with the mayor completely. Your dedication to our community, both of you, your whole detachment, the other detachment leaders that were there with you yesterday, and again, thank you for coming to present to our volunteer luncheon yesterday. It's amazing. You guys make a true difference. Your passion, it's very telling. Thank you very much, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Councillor McDonald. Councillor Parslow.
Yes, so while I agree with everything that's been said in support of you guys and your team, I have one dominant fear right now. Lunchtime is approaching, and I don't want Sergeant Petrol to leave without saying a few words. He's a great guy. I've really appreciated interaction with him. But I'd like to hear, I don't know if you guys are staying for lunch, but he can't have a free lunch without speaking, for sure.
Any question I can answer for you, I will gladly answer.
I have no questions. I just like you to make some statements, platitudes like your staff sergeant has made, about
the great
working with us and meeting me and things like that.
You go over and pat Charlie on the
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, I've been here since 2016, so that says something about the community, and it's been my home since 2016, and still continues to be my home. It's one of the safer communities I've worked in. And, my wife is part of the reason I'm still here. She loves this community as well. We're building really good community, our partners in the communities. We have some, I know the negativity and social media and the news organizations that want to put us in the spotlight, but there's a lot of good positive things happening in the background, so just keep that in mind. And like Rob said, everybody in our office comes in to put their best foot forward, and we're just there to, I help Rob steer the ship on occasion, I guess, so yeah. And thank you guys for all your support and your kind words. It keeps us coming to work, so yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I just said one. The quite a few of my buddies were so pleased that you got your promotion here from corporal to sergeant and stayed here. They really were. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Parslow. Any other questions? No? Thank you, gentlemen, both. Appreciate what you do, and make sure to thank the team over there, and thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Perfect.
Thank you.
We see them in 30 minutes, eh?
In 2 minutes. We just have a couple things to tie up here, so yeah, you guys can stay in there. Yeah, whatever. Okay, thank you. All right, next order of business is 12, Chief Administrative Officer Operational Update.
Good morning. Still morning. Perfect. Just a quick update. I thought I'd give everybody on current water situation. So the Kiskadda is starting to slow. The flows are, they were up. They're starting to drop according to our measurements last week. It's just the the weather cooling off, ice starting to form, flows are starting to slow. The good news is we were able to take advantage of the flows that we did have over the last probably 6+ weeks. We were able to top up reservoirs, so we've been able to maintain that, and we'll continue to do that as long as we're able. So right now we have about 180 days of usable water, so that's good news from where we were. And I guess something to note is when in September there, when we mentioned 150 days, we could have just as easily been, instead of 180 days, we could be at 120 or 110. So just thankfully we did get a bit of moisture and we're able to do that. So that will enable us to manage through the winter and make some determinations on when or if we have to do some overland water transfers. We're continuing to work on the permitting. We've got things submitted. We should hear by mid-December, I think it was, on the permit for the temporary water transfer. Goal, again, as we've said before, is just to get everything in place, and then it'll really just how the weather goes and how we have to manage it, and then we'll move forward as needed. But it'll be just a peace of mind to know that we've got that in place. So, any questions around that?
Thanks, Kevin. Any questions, Councillor McDonald?
Thank you, Worship. First off, thank you to you and your team for the amazing work that you've put in to our water situation. We are very lucky to be in the position we are, all things considered, and it's through the wonderful work of your team and yourself. So massive thank you for that. I just had one question, actually, and it's about the sticker boards at the NAR Park. Wonderful program started by Councillor Apollonio. Is that going to be expanded at all? Will we take those stickers off, or is that just what it is now, where it's at?
I'll let Ryan. It looks like he's probably knows better than I.
Through your worship to Councillor McDonald. So currently as it stands, I think it's fine. What we found since putting it in is that the stickers that have been placed there are, I don't want to say all the stickers, but quite a few stickers, their adhesive has worn out, and they are now somewhere in Saskatchewan. And so, as we monitor and we go over and, clean up and pick up and whatever's there is that, what the pleasant surprise is that it has deterred, not 100%, but it has definitely moved the, I don't want to use the word vandalism, that's not the right word, the marking of the monument to the sticker post sign. So a couple weeks ago, I was over there taking a look, and definitely it has taken its toll in terms of not just I'm going to call it tourist graffiti, right? Like in all sense of it, right? It's I think it's been a well just good distraction, but also a way to for people to leave their mark within our community as well.
Yeah, no, great initiative. Yeah. So that's good to hear. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor McDonald. Thanks, Ryan. Any other questions? No. Councillor McDonald thanked you already in the team, but yeah, thank you. Next order of business. That was all you had, Kevin? Okay. Next order of business, 13 diary. I don't think there's anything in the diary. Nothing in the consent oh yeah, there is in the consent calendar, sorry. Anybody want to lift the item from the consent calendar? Motion to accept. Councillor Parslow, second. Councillor Kemp. Call that to vote. Vote is closed and it's carried. Media questions, 15. Rob, any questions?
We got one.
No? Okay. I wanted to just.
After all that?
No.
Okay, you want to play this game? What national media outlet were you talking about? I can guess.
Just wanted to thank you for attending, Rob. We appreciate the media source that you provide to our community, and yeah, so thank you for being here.
We'll try to make it regular.
Yeah. Next, 16, recess to close meeting. 16.1, resolution to move into the meeting of council closed to the public. Agenda item 2.1, section 91F, law enforcement. If the council considers that disclosure could reasonably be expected to harm the conduct of an investigation under or enforcement of an enactment. Agenda item 6.1, section 91E, the acquisition, disposition, or expropriation of land or improvements. If the council considers that disclosure could reasonably be expected to harm the interests of the municipality. Agenda item 7.1, section 92B, the consideration of information received and held in confidence relating to negotiations between the municipality and a First Nation. Agenda item 7.1 and 8.1, section 91K, negotiations and related discussions respecting the proposed provision of a municipal service that are at their preliminary stages, and that in the view of council could reasonably be expected to harm the interests of the municipality if they were held in public. And agenda item 8.1, section 91I, the receipt of advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose. And again, agenda item 9.1, section 92D, a matter that under another enactment is such that the public must be excluded from the meeting. A motion to move Councillor Sudnick, second Councillor McDonald. I'll call that to vote. Vote is closed and it's carried. Thank you. Sorry, I seen your mic on right when I was starting to speak.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Let's do